We got another follower submission here. This one is, am I the astronaut for waiting a year to get a divorce? My female 29 husband, male 28, and I were high school sweethearts. We started dating our senior year. While I was stupid and did something he considered cheating, doesn't matter what it was, he was right, the summer after graduation. This was 11 years ago, and he told me he moved past it years ago. We've been married 3.5 years now with 2 kids. A few days ago, he told me he's still bothered by it. It's important to note I haven't done anything besides that could be considered cheating by either of us. He acts like any criticism is a shot at his manhood. If he can't fix something and I can, he takes it as a shot at his manhood. He doesn't keep his cool in a stressful situation, but I can. His family didn't teach him how to do basic repairs, but mine taught me. My father was also a blue-collar worker, and his father was a white-collar worker and didn't do his own home repairs as much. When we need help with a repair, I go to my dad, not his, and husband thinks it makes him look weak. I've been trying for years to help build his confidence up, but he gets mad and calls it patronizing. His father wasn't around much due to working in another state, and his mother is explosive and easy to set off on a good day, so I get why he has issues. He was going to therapy and it did seem to help, but when we moved, he stopped going and always finds an excuse not to find a new therapist. He wants to give it a year and see if our relationship improves. I have no faith that it will. I love him and I want what's best for him, but if he isn't working on himself, he won't work on us. So am I the asshole for waiting a year knowing I'm still going to want a divorce just so I can get my own finances figured out before the divorce?
It's messy. It's messy.
Divorce is just a messy subject. Question is, am I the asshole for waiting a year to get a divorce? In my mind here, yes, he's obviously having a lot of me issues, and when he was going to therapy, it was better. He's dealing with self-confidence issues right now. It's not an uncommon thing for a guy to go through, or anybody to go through, but him specifically feeling emasculated whenever she can do more hands-on home repair stuff than he can. My gut is like, who cares, man? The environment that he was raised in stressed allocating your time to what you're good at. So his dad focused on working at his job, and I'm sure they outsourced the things that he wasn't good at, and that's totally fine. She was raised in the opposite environment where it was a we fix our own kind of thing. They just were brought up differently. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have the ability to learn how to do these things. You can start learning at any time. There are YouTube videos to fix everything now. And yeah, you better believe that the majority of us use those to figure out how to fix things. And you don't know how to fix it until you try the first time. So the big problem here is his lack of initiative in getting started in therapy again. And for that, I think the geography shouldn't be the barrier here. There are plenty of online resources now. BetterHelp is an online one. I think having an online relationship with a therapist that he can talk to is a really smart thing to do, because then it's geography isn't an issue. Like travel isn't an issue at all. It is always right here. That is a really good idea for him to do. This now comes into question as like, how much do you love him? Do you love him enough to encourage him down this path where he actually seeks help and becomes a healthier, better person? It's more complicated because you have kids involved now. Can you nudge him in that direction? And if the roles were reversed here, if you were really struggling with something and didn't have the initiative to start solving it on your own, would you want him to be nudging you that direction and helping you? Or would you want just left alone? It's complicated. You guys have been married for 3.5 years. You have 2 kids now. It's complicated with the kids involved. If for no other reason, helping nurture him to a more stable place so he can be a better dad for your kids is a really good idea, even if it doesn't keep you together. But I think taking that as a first step at least gives you some hope. And if you're going to wait a year anyway, why not? If you're going to wait a year anyway, why wouldn't you try? See if it's possible. See if there's some kind of glimmer of hope in this. If there is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you're going to wait a year, you have nothing to lose by trying to nurture him along to getting help. And the geography part of it, I think, is BS, because there are things out there like BetterHelp, online resources. She needs to be very clear with him and be like, look, let's take a year and just get everything straightened out, but this is just done. Of course, that creates a lame duck situation where things are awkward and it's going to be weird for a bit. But I still stand by, if you're going to wait a year no matter what, why not? The worst thing that can happen is that you piss him off, but he's already pissed off. But I do think, because you can have kids together, for your kids, trying to get him to a more stable point is going to benefit them as well. Now it's about doing the right thing for them.